In this test, you will listen to a variety of recordings and answer questions based on what you hear. Before each section begins, you will have time to read the instructions and questions carefully. After each section, you will be given a short period to review your answers before moving on to the next part. The listening test is divided into 4 parts. The recordings will be played one time only, so listen carefully and write your answers while listening. After completing all 4 parts, you will have time to review your answers. An answer sheet with all correct answers will be provided at the end of the video. Now, prepare your pen and paper, make sure you are in a quiet place, and let's begin the test. Part 1. You will hear a telephone conversation between a customer and a bicycle tour booking agent. Now you have some time to look at questions 1 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 1 to 10.
Good morning, Green Trail Cycling Tours. Emma speaking. How may I help you today?
Hi, I'd like some information about your guided bicycle tours. My family is planning a short holiday and we're interested in joining one.
Wonderful. We have several routes available. Some follow the coastline, while others go through the forest and countryside. Do you have a preference?
We looked at the coastal route first, but we'd actually prefer the one that runs along the river. The scenery looks amazing.
Excellent choice. That's one of our most popular tours. How many people will be participating?
There'll be myself, my wife, our daughter, our son, and my father.
So that's 5 people altogether?
That's correct.
Are there any special requirements for the bicycles?
Yes, my father isn't very confident on steep hills anymore, so we'd like bicycles that have a basket on the front.
Certainly. We have several available with baskets. When were you hoping to take the tour?
Originally we planned for August, but accommodation prices are quite high then. We'd rather come in September.
Let me check availability. Yes, September works perfectly. I'll need a few personal details. What's your full name?
Oliver Harris.
Could you spell the surname for me?
Harris.
Thank you. And your address?
It's 18 Willow Street.
Sorry, was that Window Street?
No, Willow. Willow.
Got it. Will you be bringing any pets?
Yes, our family has a small dog. We'd like to bring him if that's allowed.
That's absolutely fine. Many guests bring dogs. Do you need any additional equipment?
We already have our own helmets, but we'll need maps for everyone.
No problem. We can provide those. We also offer a few optional extras. Some customers choose a picnic lunch package, while others prefer a photography service.
The lunch sounds nice, but we'll bring our own food. We'll take the photography service instead.
Excellent choice. Finally, how would you like us to send the confirmation details? We can send them by email or text message.
My phone reception is often poor where I live, so email would be better.
Certainly. I'll send everything this afternoon.
Great. Thank you for your help.
You're very welcome. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
That is the end of part 1. You now have some time to check your answers. Now turn to Part 2. Part 2. You will hear a city museum manager giving a talk to visitors. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 15. Now listen and answer questions 11 to 15.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Riverside City Museum. Before you begin exploring our exhibitions, I'd like to explain a few important regulations and provide some updates about ongoing projects within the building. First, let's talk about what visitors may and may not bring inside. Many guests carry bottled water, and that's perfectly acceptable as long as the bottles remain sealed while you're in the galleries. You're also welcome to bring notebooks if you'd like to take notes during your visit. However, there are two items that are not permitted. The first is selfie sticks. Although they're popular for taking photographs, they can accidentally damage exhibits or inconvenience other visitors in crowded areas. The second item is electric scooters. Due to safety concerns and limited storage space, they must be left at the visitor entrance before entering the museum. Large umbrellas are allowed, although we ask visitors to place wet umbrellas in the stands provided near each entrance. Now let me tell you about a couple of exciting developments currently taking place. One major project is the creation of a new children's discovery zone on the ground floor. This interactive area will allow younger visitors to learn through games, experiments, and hands-on exhibits. We're also installing a fully digital ticketing system. Once completed, visitors will be able to book tickets, access maps, and receive exhibition information directly on their mobile devices. Some visitors have heard rumors about parking expansion, but there are currently no plans for that. Similarly, although we'd like to renovate the History Gallery in the future, work has not yet begun. As for the rooftop restaurant proposal, it remains under discussion. Finally, if you happen to find a lost child during your visit, please contact a museum guide immediately. All guides carry communication devices and are trained to handle these situations quickly and safely.
Now you have some time to look at questions 16 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 16 to 20.
I'd now like to explain several procedures that help us maintain a safe and enjoyable environment for everyone. If you discover a suspicious package or an unattended bag, please do not investigate it yourself. Instead, use one of the emergency phones located throughout the museum and inform security immediately. Occasionally, visitors accidentally drop items behind display cases. If this happens, please do not attempt to retrieve the object yourself. Some exhibits contain sensitive equipment, and staff members will safely recover your belongings later. In the unlikely event that you hear a fire alarm, remain calm and move to the nearest exit. Staff members will direct you to the assembly area outside the building. You may occasionally notice damaged signs or broken exhibit labels. If so, please report the problem at the information desk so that maintenance staff can address it promptly. Finally, because the museum contains several floors and exhibition wings, some visitors become disoriented. If you find yourself lost, simply follow the floor signs located throughout the building. These signs will guide you back to the main hall or any major attraction. That concludes the visitor briefing. We hope you enjoy your time at Riverside City Museum, and thank you for your cooperation.
That is the end of Part 2. You now have some time to check your answers. Now turn to Part 3. Part 3. You will hear two university students, Liam and Sophia, discussing a project about student fitness habits. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 25. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 25.
Hi, Sophia. Ready to work on our project?
Absolutely. We need to submit the proposal by Friday.
I'm glad we settled on student fitness habits.
Me too. At first I thought we only picked it because Professor Turner mentioned it during class.
He did mention it, but that wasn't the main reason. What really convinced me was the campus health report released last semester.
The one showing declining activity levels.
Exactly. It suggested students were becoming less active every year.
That's what made the topic so interesting.
Speaking of research, I finished reviewing previous studies yesterday.
Find anything surprising?
Quite a lot, actually. I expected gym memberships to be declining.
Really?
Yes, but membership rates were fairly stable. What shocked me was how inactive many first-year students were compared with older students.
That's surprising.
Apparently, the transition to university life affects exercise habits more than researchers expected.
We should definitely include that in our literature review.
Agreed.
Have you thought about data collection?
I considered conducting interviews.
That would take forever.
Then I thought about asking students to share data from fitness trackers.
Some students might not own one.
True.
I think an online questionnaire is still the most practical option.
I agree. We can distribute it through the student portal and email system.
That should give us a large sample quickly.
We just need to fix the issues we discovered in the pilot survey.
Fortunately, there weren't any technical problems.
No. The biggest issue was that some participants misunderstood several questions.
No, the biggest issue was that some participants misunderstood several questions.
Exactly. We need clearer wording.
Once that's done, can we launch the main survey?
Not immediately.
Why not?
We still need approval from the University Ethics Committee.
That's right. I'll complete the paperwork tomorrow.
Now you have some time to look at questions 26 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 26 to 30.
Let's discuss our predictions for different student groups.
Good idea. Starting with international students.
I assumed they would mainly use university gyms.
Surprisingly, many prefer running because it's inexpensive and easy to do anywhere.
Interesting.
Next are engineering students.
They probably don't have much free time.
Exactly. Many prefer exercising at home using online workout videos.
So home workouts.
Yes.
What about medical students?
Because of stress and long study hours, many participate in yoga sessions.
That makes sense.
Business students are different.
I expected them to join team sports for networking opportunities.
Some do, but the strongest trend is weight training at commercial gyms.
Interesting.
Finally, art students.
Let me guess. Yoga?
Actually, many of them regularly participate in cycling groups organized by local community clubs.
I didn't expect that.
Neither did I, but several studies reported the same pattern.
Great. That should help us design the survey categories.
Definitely.
That is the end of part 3. You now have some time to check your answers. Now turn to part 4. Part 4. You will hear a university lecturer talking about the principles of urban green infrastructure. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Good morning, everyone. Today we will discuss urban green infrastructure, a rapidly growing field that combines environmental science, engineering, and city planning. As urban populations continue to increase, cities face numerous challenges, including rising temperatures, flooding, pollution, and declining biodiversity. Green infrastructure offers practical solutions to many of these problems. Let us begin by considering some of the benefits for cities. One of the most important advantages is the reduction of urban heat. Large cities often experience significantly higher temperatures than surrounding rural areas because concrete and asphalt absorb and retain heat. This phenomenon is commonly known as the urban heat island effect. Green spaces help reduce urban heat by providing natural cooling through shade and evaporation. Trees play a particularly important role in this process. Their canopies provide shade for streets, buildings, and public spaces, helping to lower surface temperatures during hot weather. Studies have shown that shaded areas can be considerably cooler than exposed surfaces, making cities more comfortable for residents. Green spaces also contribute to human well-being. Numerous research projects have demonstrated that access to parks and gardens can improve residents' mental health. Spending time in natural environments often reduces stress levels, encourages physical activity, and promotes social interaction within communities. Now let us move on to stormwater management. Traditional drainage systems were designed to transport rainwater away from urban areas as quickly as possible. However, during periods of intense rainfall, these systems often become overloaded. When drainage networks exceed their capacity, flooding may occur, causing damage to property and infrastructure. To address this problem, city planners increasingly use rain gardens. These specially designed landscaped areas temporarily store excess water following storms. Instead of immediately entering the drainage network, water is absorbed slowly into the ground. Another effective solution involves the use of permeable surfaces. Unlike traditional pavement, these materials allow greater water infiltration. As rainwater passes through the surface and into the soil below, the risk of flooding is reduced while groundwater supplies are replenished. Let us now consider wildlife support. Urban development frequently fragments natural habitats, making it difficult for animals to move between suitable areas. To overcome this challenge, planners create green corridors that connect isolated animal habitats. These corridors allow species to travel safely through urban environments in search of food, shelter, and breeding opportunities. Native plants are particularly valuable within these systems. Because local species have evolved together over long periods, native vegetation provides important food sources for insects, birds, and other wildlife. Maintaining these ecological relationships helps support healthy urban ecosystems. Bird populations also benefit from green infrastructure projects. Trees, shrubs, and other vegetation create additional nesting sites, allowing more birds to establish breeding territories within cities. Finally, let us examine some future developments. Advances in technology are creating new opportunities for sustainable landscape management. Researchers are currently testing smart irrigation systems that use sensors to monitor soil moisture levels. These systems automatically adjust watering schedules according to environmental conditions, reducing water consumption while maintaining healthy vegetation. As climate change continues to affect urban areas, green infrastructure will become increasingly important. By combining natural processes with innovative technology, cities can improve environmental quality, strengthen resilience, and enhance the well-being of their residents. Next week, we will explore several international case studies that demonstrate how different cities have successfully implemented these strategies.
That is the end of Part 4. You now have some time to check your answers.